Of course, we all know New York for its monuments, famous movie scenes, and typical yellow cabs, but we also know New York for its huge skyscrapers. There are over 6,400 high-rise buildings in the city, the majority of which are located in Midtown and Lower Manhattan due to the area's solid surface bedrock and its ability to provide the structural integrity for these buildings. But which skyscraper is the biggest building of them all, and how tall is it? Hey everyone, and welcome back to yet another video from our channel. I hope you guys are doing extremely well. In this video, we will be talking about the tallest building in New York. Stay tuned to learn all the facts about this building. If you are new to this channel, then make sure to hit the subscribe button. Now without any further ado, let's hop right into the video. One World Trade Center. The centerpiece of the revitalized World Trade Center complex in Lower Manhattan is One World Trade Center, also known as One World Trade, One WTC, and former Freedom Tower. One WTC is the tallest building in the U.S., the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere, and the 7th tallest building in the world. The new skyscraper replaces the original 6 World Trade Center, which was located in the northwest corner of the 16-acre World Trade Center site. A section of West Street, Vesey Street, Fulton Street, and Washington Street form the building's western, northern, southern, and eastern perimeters respectively. The skyscraper in New York is also known as Freedom Tower and is known as One World Trade Center. This building is the centerpiece of the ongoing restoration at Ground Zero, the site of the previous World Trade Center complex. 2014 saw the official opening of the building, which was the completion of a long and difficult chapter in the history of New York City's recovery from the terrorist attacks that occurred on September 11, 2001. The rise of One World Trade Center. At the site of the World Trade Center complex, workers spent close to a year clearing debris and rescuing bodies from the rubble, after which an intensive national discussion ensued on the most effective way to rebuild it. In 2002, a worldwide competition for architectural design was held, and in 2003, the jury selected Daniel Libeskind's master plan as the victor. In his design, Libeskind combined an open memorial garden with a glass tower that was intended to be the tallest structure in the world. These open memorial gardens are meant to depict the footprints of the 2 skyscrapers that were destroyed. His idea was, for the most part, carried out, although in the end, concerns regarding commerce and safety prevailed over the building's architecture. Further political and practical considerations influenced the redesign of the tower until the only aspect of Libeskind's original vision that remained was the overall height of the building, 1,776 feet, which is the reference to the year in which the United States Congress ratified the Declaration of Independence. Congress of the Continental. The New York office of the architecture firm Skidmore, Owings & Merrill was responsible for developing the skyscraper's final design. The project, which was sometimes referred to as the Freedom Tower, was developed by Skidmore, Owings & Merrill. 2006 marked the beginning of construction. The destruction of the Twin Towers has left a hole, which is technically and symbolically filled by the One World Trade Center. Its daring design strives to achieve the same status as the Twin Towers in terms of being a readily recognizable form that derives its power from its lack of complexity. The footprints of the original Twin Towers and the memorial pools are the same size as the square design of the foundation, which measures 200 feet on each side. One World Trade Center, on the other hand, narrows as it rises towards the sky. It is topped by a second, smaller square that has a side length of about 150 feet and is rotated by 45 degrees so that the midpoints of the square at the bottom are the corners of the square at the top. This square measures approximately 150 feet. The shifting geometry gives the monolithic shaft a prismatic form that is made up of 8 triangles. This form is the consequence of the shifting geometry. How tall is One World Trade Center? With observation decks on the 100th, 101st, and 102nd floors of the One World Trade Center, the tower is extremely well suited as a tourist attraction because of the view. The higher section of the 6-foot-high steel band on the roof has a part of 1,368 feet, and the lower part has a height of 1,362 feet, which are the original heights of the original Twin Towers. The height of the building as a whole is an impressive 1,776 feet, and the observatory is topped off by a collection of communication platform rings. These rings, along with the mast that is 441 feet in height, make up the spire of the building. As a result of the addition of the spire, One World Trade Center is now the tallest skyscraper in the Western Hemisphere, surpassing the Willis Tower in Chicago. The design of One World Trade Center. To create the impression of a structure that was aspirational rather than defensive, the architects of SOM, directed by principal designer David Childs, wanted to make the exterior as seamless and homogeneous as was humanly possible. The curtain wall has insulated glass panels that are 5 feet wide and span the full floor to floor without any intermediate mullions. This design allows for the greatest possible visual expanse of the area and provides the occupants of the tower with the greatest possible access to natural light. The shimmering glass facade, with its kaleidoscopic display of refracted light as the sun and clouds move through the sky, conceals, for the most part, the extremely robust structure and high-strength concrete core that is at least 2 feet thick. The facade also conceals the kaleidoscopic display of light as the sun and clouds move through the sky. At ground level, however, entrenched terrorist deterrents are more evident. The lower portion of the fortified base of 1WTC features concrete walls that are 28 inches thick. This protects the area of the lobby that is 60 feet high and is a requirement of the New York Police Department that is specific to 1WTC. This was done to protect the building from the possibility of explosives being delivered by vehicles. More than 4,000 vertical glass fins, each measuring 13 feet 4 inches by 2 feet, cover the walls of the cube's base, which stand 186 feet tall. Ventilation is provided for the mechanical floors that are located above the lobby by having their fins positioned in an open position. The strength of One World Trade Center. The new building has also been strengthened to ensure that it will keep its shape in the event that an attack similar to the one that occurred in 2001 ever takes place in the future. There were preparedness plans in place to deal with the gradual collapse. If, for instance, any 2 columns on a floor within the structure were removed, there would only be a minimal degree of deflection on the floor of the opening that was created. A load-shedding mechanism, also known as the transmission of loads to other areas, is enabled by the use of a steel moment frame as the structural system at the perimeter. In theory, the moment frame will construct a rope out of all of the perimeter beams so that in the event that the element that is supporting the rope falls, for instance, if 2 columns collapse, the rope will apply tension and pull the forces back to the core of the structure. The building has interconnected redundant exits, extra stair exit locations at all adjacent streets, and direct exits to the street from tower stairs in order to provide the best possible egress and firefighting capacity. Other safety features include multiple backup systems for emergency lighting, concrete protection for all sprinklers and emergency risers, extra-wide pressurized stairs, and multiple backup systems for emergency lighting. Nearly 1/4 center space is occupied by the media conglomerate Condé Nast, which was one of the first tenants to sign up with the building. On some of the other floors, you'll find office suites, meeting and event facilities, as well as eateries. The total One World Trade Center. One World Trade Center consists of 4 additional towers: 2WTC, which was designed by Norman Foster and had its foundation laid in 2013, 3WTC, which was designed by Richard Rogers, 4WTC, which was designed by Fumiko Maki, and 7WTC, which was designed by SOM. In addition, the site is home to the September 11 Memorial and Museum, both of which were finished in 2011 and 2014 respectively. In 2019, construction will begin on the much-delayed Ronald O. Perelman Performing Arts Center, which was designed by Santiago Calatrava, and a towering transportation hub called the Oculus, which was completed in 2016. And that's it for today, guys. We sincerely hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please click on the like button and share it with your friends and family. If you have any questions or comments, please share them with us in the comments space below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see even more of our incredible videos. You can also check out our other videos that have been specially selected for you. We'll catch up in the next video.